going on? Anyone there?
Do you mind not moving about? It's getting awfully claustrophobic down here.
Forrester.
Welcome aboard the Soviet Navy. I hope you brought your seasickness pills with you. By the look of things, we're going to need them.
Where are we?
Unless I'm very much mistaken, bobbing about in the North Sea. Heading due east, no doubt. Ah, well, you know what they say. Sea breezes are good for the health.
I can't hear the engines. We must be at anchor.
Waiting for a rendezvous with Big Brother.
Brother?
They'd hardly risk taking us all the way back to the Soviet Union in this old tub. This is the job for their tin of sardines.
Tin of sardines? I wish you'd stop talking in riddles for it. The submarine!
Any news?
Submarine's getting closer to the trawler. I'm afraid there's no doubt about it. They're going to transfer Mr. Forrester and Martin.
Only someone had told me you were part of this setup. We just might have prevented a lot of things from happening. Why is it that no one ever tells me anything?
It's not for us to know the wheres and wherefores, Mr. Harvey. We're here to obey orders, not to question them. Where have you been all night, anyway?
Where do you think? Jackson's farm. Special branch have been tearing it apart.
Have you found anything?
Well, not when I was there, anyway. And Jane Walker's not the sort of bird to leave clues lying around.
One thing I can't stand, it's sleeping on my back. I wish I could get out of this blasted things. Have a good night, Forrester.
No, I did not. You snore. And stop fidgeting about. Those feathers are giving me fever.
You know what they'll do to us once we get back to Moscow? Straight down the salt mines. We've got to get off this old barge somehow.
It really doesn't make much difference. I can't swim.
Morning, gentlemen.
Mr. Forrester, did you hear something?
Yes, Martin. I think it's a red herring.
Boom, boom.
I'm looking forward to a pleasant voyage across the Baltic Sea, during which you can tell me about yourselves, your work, your colleagues.
You may find it rather dull and ordinary. I'll tell you what, my dear, why don't you and I come to some kind of arrangement?
Mr. Forrester, Mr. Osborne, Uncle John, you are in no position to negotiate an agreement.
Whose idea was it to use Redville School? Was it Major Sverdlov's?
You recognize the style?
I recognize the flaws.
I would hardly call it a failure.
And the Voice of Truth was part of the plan to divert attention from your main activities at Redlow Air Base.
The Voice of Truth succeeded in everything it set out to do, and will continue to do so. The Major predicted a long time ago that British youth was on the threshold of a social revolution, was determined to see that it should be given the right encouragement. The programmes were taped, fed through the coaxial cable at the school itself, and relayed into the sixth form television set.
15 miles. So they're still outside territorial limits. Oh, well, it's up to strike command now.
If they're not inside the territorial limits, our people can't intercept. I mean, won't there be an international incident or something?
If Mr. Forrester and Martin are transferred to that submarine, we'll have more than an international incident to worry about.
Desmond is a fool. He always was. I never wanted to use him in the first place. Still, he served his purpose as middleman.
And now he goes back to the sunny Soviet Union to live the life of another Kim Philbin.
Or to open a pub in the Kremlin.
I can assure you Mr. Desmond will receive the obscurity he deserves.
Yes, and the same for us, I suppose. Off to a happy holiday in Siberia. If anyone ever asks me to pass the salt again, I'll throw it at them.
I can promise you you won't be disappointed with your reception in the Soviet Union. Major Sverdlov has been looking forward to meeting you for such a long time.
Oh. When is the great meeting to take place?
You're impatient, Mr. Forrester?
Eager to meet old friends?
Then we mustn't keep in suspense any longer, must we? Fuhaji. You see, Mr. Forrester, Major Sverdlov and Uncle John have never been very far away from each other. The great pity of it all is neither of them knew it.
You? The army just failed, love.
We can't be more than a mile apart by now. The submarine will be surfacing any minute.
If Strike Command don't act soon, we're going to lose Mr. Forrester and Martin.
Jessie, how do I get a line to HQ on this?
Number 1 circuit, red signal.
Right. What? Oh, thank you. And keep it open, will you?
Right.
The old place is full of people. It's super fast. There's contact. Submarine's just beginning to surface. It's now or never.
It's my fault, Martin. I want you to know that I deeply regret being the one to deprive you of your freedom. It'll be a long time before we see the green hills of England once again.
That's what you think. Come on, stop feeling sorry for yourself. I've got to get out of here.
You never cease to amaze me, my dear boy.
There's a small corridor and some stairs leading up to the deck.
Won't be any use anyway, Martin. I told you I can't swim. Even if I could, I've no intention of catching pneumonia.
It's carnival night in Redlow. We must be back in time for the fair.
Listen. We've made contact with the submarine.
Someone's coming. Look, if we get on the deck, we could lower a lifeboat or something.
Get on the bunk. When I say charge, give it to him. Right. Charge! Hey, what's going on here?
Chateau Couture. Couture, oui.
I don't know what the devil you're talking about. I do not speak Russian.
Oh, I see. You're a British subject, are you? Trying to leave the country illegally, is that it? And on a foreign vessel. It's a very serious charge.
So, who are you?
Her Majesty's Customs and Immigration. I'm afraid I shall have to take you both to the mainland for questioning.
Well, they've made a good job of it, that's for sure.
No good crying over spilt milk. I shall have to rebuild again somewhere else this time.
Oh, well, at least we know we've got someone else to deal with. The search for the voice of truth isn't over.
No. What we're going to do now, we've lost all those tapes. I just don't know.
What really gets me is that we've been stupid enough to let Jane Walker get away. Damn, she's the voice of truth. You know, I'm sure we've missed something somewhere.
It's someone who bears a deep feeling of resentment, perhaps even bitterness.
A grudge, you mean?
In my opinion, the man we're looking for is suffering from one basic human weakness, a deep sense of inferiority. And his only defense against that weakness is to betray everything he's ever believed in.
Perhaps we should feel sorry for him. Mr. Forrester, come quick. Mrs. Ruggles has got a message for him.
They've got Desmond. Just as he was going into the Soviet Trade Delegation office in London.
Poor old trade delegation, lost another customer. Business must be awfully bad these days.
Special branch in the middle of questioning him now.
Mrs. Ruggles, would you and Ben go downstairs and see if you can rescue anything? Our intruder may have overlooked a tape or something.
Right.
And for goodness sake, don't let anybody else in until we get a chance to put the locks on those doors.
Right.
If only we could put a face to the voice of truth, then we could finally halt KGB activity in Redlow.
Well, I don't know. There were times when I recognised some little mannerism in the voice, but then it... Well, for all we know, it might even be a woman like Sverdlov.
Don't be stupid, Martin. The voice of truth couldn't possibly be a woman's.
Tapes can be distorted, can't they? You record at one speed, play back at another, you get some sort of distortion.
I don't think it makes any difference anymore. There's no recordings left to experiment on. Go home, get some rest. You've earned it.
I've got nothing to go home for.
Well, your work here's nearly done. You've given far more than than anybody has the right to expect. If I were your father, I'd be very proud of you. Although it's not very kind of you to leave him without news for 24 hours. He must be worried stiff.
Yes, you're right.
You know, Martin, since you and I have been working together, we've shared some very interesting adventures. Although I don't mind admitting at first I was doubtful. This type of work requires something more than just skill, initiative, intelligence. It needs the ability to understand those around you, to understand their problems and their weaknesses. It needs tolerance, the ability to give. You have that ability, Martin. Others don't. Try it on your father.
Ah, it's you.
Hello, Dad. Everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. How about you?
Okay.
Good. You'll, find some cold ham on the dress if you're hungry.
Oh, no, I'm okay, thanks. Don't you want to know where I've been for the past 24 hours? I've been out all night, you know.
So have I.
Don't you want to hear about it?
Well, unless you want to tell me.
It's been quite a night, one way or another. Times I thought I wasn't going to get through it. It's quite a strange feeling, having people taking pot shots at you all the time. Still, if I've learnt nothing else in the past few days, at least I know how to stay alive. Well, for Pete's sake, don't you care? I could have been killed.
That's right. But you weren't, were you? Sure sign that you're growing up. You'll have to tell me sometime and see if it checks up with what I found out.
What's you doing, anyway?
Just getting this line ready. Thought I'd do a bit of fishing tomorrow down by the weir.
You won't catch much the way you're rigging it. Give it over.
Eh?
Do you know, it reminds me of the last time we went fishing together. The only time. And what did we catch? A rusty old bicycle frame.
Yes, that was a good time ago. When your mother was alive.
Look, I tell you what, Dad. Why don't I come fishing with you tomorrow? We can both try our luck.
Well, if you want to, Martin. Only if you want to.
Well, why not? Who knows, perhaps this time we'll catch the wheels.
Who is it? Police, open up, please.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Clifford. Thanks again for your help last night.
That's all right. Good job you arrived when you did. Otherwise, I might have been tempted to take a pot shot at him.
Well, they won't be causing you any more trouble. And remember, Mr. Clifford, that gun of yours is for the rabbits.
Yeah.
Ah, you must be Martin.
Yes?
I've been looking for you everywhere. How can I get in touch with Mr. Forrester?
Mr. Forrester? I don't know.
Oh, come on now. I don't have any time to waste. I know who you're working for. I'm a police officer and I want to see Mr. Forrester as soon as possible.
Why?
I've just come back from Jackson's farmhouse. And we found this under the floorboards in the cubicle. I know it's what Mr. Forrester and Mr. Harvey are looking for. And there's a series of numbers marked on the inside cover of the box. It could be the list of frequencies used to distort the voice of truth.
Then we've got him!
Not yet, we haven't. We need a synthesizer.
A synthesizer? Forrester's got one!
Right. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Why?
You know who Forrester is?
Yes.
Then I must take it. Don't worry, you'll get it back, I promise.
I'll make sure I do.
Anything?
No, but there will be. Uncle John must have a reason for bringing us here.
If you see Martin, tell him I'm over there, will you?
You will have the opportunity to determine your own future. The establishment will be a nightmare of the past. Shun the strong arm of the fascist dictators. Be the most.
Oscillator 1, frequency 4, shape 7, level 3, 8.
Of your own conscience. Question and answer.
Oscillator 2, frequency 3, shape 6, level 4 and 7.
Pupils of Redlow, awake to the realities of your predicament. The freedom of speech.
Oscillator 3, frequency 2, shape 1, level 6, 4.
The freedom of thought, the right to live your life the way you want to. Seize.
It can't be. Mrs. Ruggles.
Martin, where have you been? Mr. Harvey's been looking everywhere for you. The special branch told us about the tape they found at Jackson's farmhouse. Have you got it with you?
Yes.
Well, hurry up, the fairground's closing. Mr. Harvey's waiting for you at the tent over there. We'll see you back at the shop in a few minutes.
Right, I think I've discovered the voice of truth. Mr. Harvey? Mr. Harvey, you there? Harvey, is that you? Come on, stop messing around. I've got the tape. Okay, if that's the way you want it, I'll take you back to the forest.
Martin. Seize your chances whilst you can, for tomorrow is another day. Question and answer. I am the voice of truth.
Fletcher, I was right. It was you.
You shouldn't have interfered, Martin. You shouldn't have interfered. Give me the tape.
It was you in the pigeon loft. The photographs. You that broke into the cottage. And you that had me beaten up. Why?
Give me the tape, Martin.
No. You killed Brooks. You nearly killed Sikowski. Murderer!
You think I like killing? You think I deliberately set out to hurt anyone? Well, you're wrong. I never wanted to hurt anyone in my life. It was always the other way round. No one ever respected me. I was just an old fool who could never be a headmaster. They wanted to hurt me, kids and the grown-ups alike. Nobody cares for anybody anymore. That's why I had to prove that I am somebody.
Don't be a fool, Fletcher. They'll get you wherever you go. You'll be hunted for the rest of your life. Don't you understand? You're the one that's in danger now.
Give me the tape, Martin.
KGB will never let you get away. You know too much. You're no more used to them. They'll kill you, Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Jane, where the hell have you been? I've been waiting for you.
And I've been waiting for you, Fletcher.
Well, there's the boy. Now deal with him. Jane, what are you doing? It's not me you want. It's the boy.
You're a fool, Fletcher. I have more respect for that boy than I ever had for you. At least he's not a traitor.
I've always obeyed orders, haven't I? I'm one of you. I won't say anything, Jane. I'll keep quiet. After all, think of the next time.
For you, Fletcher, there is no next time.
Jane, please not me. Jane!
Forrester, look out!
You may as well come out, Forrester. You don't stand a chance.
A hit! A very palpable hit. My mother warned me never to talk to forward girls like you.
All right, take him away. Come along then, miss.
Do you really think it'll end like this? We'll meet again, Uncle John.
I doubt it very much. They don't have mixed accommodation in Holloway Prison.
You were terrific, Mr. Forrester. You ought to be on the telly.
I think not. I've had quite enough television for one term.
Well?
Well, what?
Well, I suppose that's it.
I think you and I need a jolly good holiday, Martin.
Harvey, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Now, listen, Martin. I found out about the voice of truth. Now, tell Uncle John. Oh, Uncle... Mr. Forrester.
The voice of truth is Mr. Fletcher.
Why am I always the last to find out about anything? Come on, I'll buy you a drink. I believe they've got a rather nice new landlord at the Red Lion.
I really don't think they ought to call it the Red Lion anymore.
Oh, Mr. Forrester, really? Oh, bloody daddy. Let's have you get out of here.
How's the holiday, Martin?
Great. Do you know, Dad and I actually went fishing together?
And the A-levels?
Oh, I'm taking them again, thanks to you.
I'm only sorry I had to resign my position as headmaster before it began.
You're going back to London?
Well, I've got a lot of work to do. New spy laboratory, for one thing. And there are lots of other major Sverdlovs and voice of truth characters wandering around. We can't let the KGB have it all their own way, can we?
I'm sorry you're leaving. Never thought the day would come when I'd say that.
Nor I. Well, I mustn't hold you up. Listen, Martin, when you finished your exams...
Yes?
You know how to reach me in London. Don't forget to look me up.
Could I do that? Could I really?
I should be expecting you. Don't forget, you're a fully qualified member of the School for Spies now.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Forrester. I will look you up.
But I better be off. See you, my boy.
Yeah, see you.